This video is sponsored by Pokemon the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. They are compatible with TCG Live, and you can of course get everything on the website for 5% off using the coupon code ZapDoesTCG. This video is also sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can do it as well. And you can use the referral name ZapDoesTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a platform where you're able to, of course, create your own custom playmat. They have, of course, capabilities to ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. So definitely check it out. Last but not least is Dragon Shield, the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. You can of course there's links down below for US and European people, and you can of course get your best quality sleeves available, as well as deck boxes and binders. Thanks so much for sticking around with the commercials. I hope you enjoyed today's upload. If you do, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, and yeah, let's get this video going. Sup YouTube, it's ZapDoesTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. We are well on our way to reaching 50,000 subscribers, so that's gonna be super awesome. We're gonna be doing a 12-hour live stream when that happens, so definitely check if you are subscribed. Some people are getting the daily uploads just in their feed without being subscribed, so be sure to recheck if possible. So we're gonna be checking out the Thailand Championships here, and it's gonna be the tournament that happened last weekend from the 27th to the 28th of May, and that's actually the Thailand Championships, playing in a very strange in-between format. They don't actually have all the cards from Paldea Evolved, but they have some cards from Triplet Beat. So it's a little bit of a mixture of a format, so we will see some new cards that we will be getting on the 9th of June in the Paldea Evolved set, which is going to be making a little bit of an impact. Also, I want to note we have the top 8 deck lists in this video, all of them, so you guys can definitely take notes and see what is being good right now. The tournament over there was 25 minutes, best of 1, and during round, in the day 1 format, and then the top 64. Moving into day 2, the day 2 features the top 64 single elimination best of 3 rounds. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. And the winner of the championship will actually get a day 2 invite for the World Championships, along with a paid trip to Yokohama. And that's actually super cool, for sure. So Thailand has their own unique way of getting their qualifications going. So the first place winning list was with Tana Crits, Arceus VSTAR Duraludon VMAX, and Umbreon VMAX, making a statement that this deck actually is legit. This is the exact 60 that they played. And we do see here that the Umbreon is a 2-2 line, of the Duraludon VMAX, and there are some colors in here, as well as a one of research, adventures, discovery still being there. If you want to see how this deck works in action, I do have tested this deck before on the channel, and I think there's not a lot of new things added in here. Alakazam combo with the Radiant Alakazam in combination with Hawlucha, you're going to be able to slap 220 with an Arceus VSTAR thanks to the help of Choice Belt and that moved damage counter. You have Karen's Conviction, could also be super cool with the Duraludon VMAX, allowing you to slap more damage for every prize card the opponent has taken. There's even the single strike energy, allowing you to slap more damage with Duraludon VMAX. So on top of that, you're going to be able to slap a whole heap of damage output because you can move around damage counters with Alakazam. So Duraludon VMAX, G-Max Pulverization can slap bigger damage output than you might think, and you also still have the Skyscraper ability to hide behind. There are still some Lugia versions around that you can infinitely wall out by just evolving into the Duraludon VMAX. The Umbreon, on the other hand, comes back with the Dark Signal ability, allowing you to gust up one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Very strong against Mew VMAX, very strong against Gardevoir EX decks, which are still very popular in the format. You have a Raihan, that means you can get Umbreon set up in one turn, Raihan in combination with that DTE. There are 3 copies of Lost City in here, allowing you to put some Pokemon in the Lost Zone. Think about a Radiant Charizard, think about other Pokemon like Sableye that you can Lost Zone so they can never return, which is always super cool to see. And there's of course that Volo supporter card, allowing you to discard a benched V Pokemon, so you can undo a turn of the opponent and discard the Pokemon while the opponent is not able to take prize cards with that. Very simple deck, and it will be proving itself worthy even with the Worlds and NAIC format. So definitely take a look at the Umbreon, Duraludon VMAX, and Arceus VSTAR deck. The funny fact is that in the finals there was also another Arc Duralist, and this time around, instead of playing with the Umbreon, they actually decided to play with Alolan Vulpix. This is the second place winning list by, of course, the Supamid Sangpro. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but that was second, and this was the 60 that they were playing. In this specific 60, we do see there is one of Galarian Zapdos V, and that Galarian Zapdos V can come out of nowhere. If for every V Pokemon the opponent hasn't played, you need 1 energy less to attack, and that could be meaning you could attack with Zapdos turn 1, going second, KOing and opposing Arceus when the opponent least expects it. You can surprise people. There's also that Alolan Vulpix V-Star in there with the funky ability, actually the attack here, the Snow Barrage, allowing you to be immune from Pokemon that have abilities. Against specific Gardevoir builds that they don't come packed with the Drifloon, you could be auto-winning instantly when you can get the Alolan Vulpix V-Star out, as we saw with Alex Szymanski's deck over all the way. I don't know which tournament it was, but we did see this deck before already. Duraludon still as good as ever, as mentioned, and this specific 60 is also playing the Radiant Gardevoir, so you have some additional defense by your side, could help out the Arceus survive a hit from something like a Lugia V-Star. What else is in here is just some classic supporters, but it also comes back with Lost City, seems to be a mainstay in this deck, but also has the 2 copies of the Path to the Peak. Very cool. You can shut down the opponent from playing their own V-Star abilities, which is also super cool, actually abilities in general. And this list is also playing a Cheren Scare. Cheren Scare, super strong against Lost Box, and the Avery in here, also something unique, which helps out a ton against Mew and Gardevoir EX respectfully. I also think with Path to the Peak and a couple of judges in the deck, you could be surprising specific archetypes to make them break. So that's pretty much it. Then we're going to be checking out the 3rd place list with Kritamat Santi Vivatanapong. That's a mouthful. So that was an Arceus. Now it was a Lugia V-Star deck with Weirdeer V and Snorlax. Okay. The top 4 list, we are here. This list is super unique as it is playing, I don't know if you can see that correctly on the screen here, so let's just zoom out a little bit so you guys can follow along at home so you know what's going on. So what do we see here is a Lugia V-Star with the help of the Snorlax and Weirdeer V. You have a lot of energies here, so you do see Jet Energy as the new mainstay energy and Lugia V-Star. Jet Energy, if you attach it to one of your Pokemon, you instantly can switch it to the active position. So you have some switch outs, you're a little bit less weak against paralyzation, and you can also start attacking with something without having to pay retreat cost. Super cool for sure. The list is playing 2 copies of Path to the Peak, so that could also win games. Path to the Peak and Judge, as mentioned, is super strong. You can get that off. You have 2 Luminions as well. I do see the Burnett in here. You just want to get 2 Archeops in the discard pile so you can start swinging with Lugia V-Star. This Lugia V-Star actually comes back with a 4/4 line, and they don't want to be missing out on anything. It also has the Dunsparce to protect yourself from stuff like a Raikou V or maybe the Luxray that is also being played. I don't know if Luxray has been released yet in Triplet Beat, but it is definitely here to protect yourself from some lightning Pokemon. I don't know if Miraidon is huge over in Thailand, but it is going to be helping out. We have Sylveon V in here. The most controversial thing is the Ribbon Gift. I don't know what the ability is called in English here, but it allows you to utilize the ability and get yourself an item card your turn ends. This helps out to get Archeops in the discard pile by turn 2. Either you get an Ultra Ball for Luminion for Burnett, or you can get yourself an Ultra Ball to fetch the Archeops that you want to discard with that you already have in hand. There are a lot of energies. The regenerative energy is still part of the squad here. There is Gift Energy, the V-Guard Energy, 3 copies of that, and then 4 copies of the DTE, Double Turbo Energy. So you do see 2 split line between 2 Bulbasaurs, 2 Serena. That does seem legit, and there's still room for the Radiant Serena to heal off, and the Snorlax can also, with Thumping Snore, slap huge damage. 180 is actually not a number you should be laughing at because it's going to be 2-shotting most things in the format, sometimes even 1-shotting. It also comes back with Weirdeer V. If you have a little bit of jet energies all around, you can save your energies and then go for a 1-hit KO attack with Weirdeer V. Then the 4th place winning list was by the Yotstatron Ratanayun. Also Lugia V-Star, but it is with Snorlax. Okay. I think this is, the 4th place No, this is the third place. No. We are correct. We are correct. The first place, yeah, it was different. This was the fourth place winning list with the Sylveon V, and then the third place winning list was this one. Very similar, but without Dunsparce, without the Sylveon V, but it does come back with some very similar energy counts. You do see Regenerative Energy, V-Guard, DTE, 4 Jet Energy, so Jet Energy being the mainstay. Echoing Horn helps out a ton in the mirror match as well, and you have Chien Scare and Collapse Stadium to remove your 2 prize threats. So very cool list, very focused on the Snorlax. So it does seem that Lugia is not going anywhere. It is actually going to be utilizing those new energies and being still a tier 1 deck in the format. There's also 1 water energy. I really like this fact. That means you can get the Lumineon out of play when the opponent least expects it. If you do draw into your 1 of water energy, which you could do because there's 4 copies of research, you could be fetching water energy and start using the Lumineon to attack and then swap yourself back in the deck. Then 5th place, Patsunu Miyetana with the Lost Box. Okay. There's 2 Lost Boxes, one in the 5th place list with the Radiant Charizard and one in the 6th place with Satira Tashapan. Yeah, sorry for the pronunciations of the names. Lost Box with Radiant Greninja. So let's check them out, shall we? Okay, top 8 list. I think we have them all over here, the top 8 list. The one with the Charizard. Okay, let's just unlighten the deck list again so we can check them out in full detail. Okay, here we are. You can take print screens if you want to. So this looks to be something like Sablezard, but with the addition of Galarian Zapdos V. It means that all these decks were really countering Arceus. I don't know if Arceus was that big over in Thailand, but people are attacking in Galarian Zapdos V. I don't know if it saw a lot of play and actually was useful, but it is in here. Also Drapion V in here. Very similar to Sablezards that we've seen in the past. No trapping with the Mawile. They still have the Miltank in there to wall a little bit. Could be good against Goodra as well. There is 1 Forest Seal Stone, so these extra V Pokemon help out to be a little bit more turbo. There's a Lost Vacuum, 1 Serena, okay, 1 Fog Crystal for Battle VIP Pass. I think in this list, I don't know if Battle VIP Pass is the strongest because I think it's sometimes better to just playing Level Balls and Fog Crystal just because of the fact that Battle VIP Pass only works on the first turn of the game. So lots of switch outs for Escape Rope, for Switch Guard. There's 3 Beach Guard as well. So oh yeah, there's 2 Mirage Gate in here as well. Mirage Gate onto Galarian Zapdos could also work. Don't even need to worry about the fact that the opponent's only playing like 1 or 2 V Pokemon. You can Mirage Gate onto Zapdos and then slap damage with that. And I don't see Sky Seal Stone in here. Could be even more broken if you have that in here. But this is the list utilizing Charizard. Then the number 6th with the... yeah, we are over here. So the 6th place winning list is a turbo build of Lost Box utilizing Raikou V, Drapion V, and Dragonite. So something we've seen before, using 2 vacuums, using 2 Forest Seal Stone, so you can get that Mirage Gate off as early as the first turn going second. You switch around some of your comfies, Beach Guard, Escape Rope, Switch Guard, and then utilizing the turbo mechanic. So no Pokestop in here. They do run 1 random trekking shoe, and they have the 1-off Jet Energy in here. Jet Energy is super good because that means you can get like 3 flower selectings off with just 1 Jet Energy if you start with a Comfey, which is super strong for sure. And this list does come back with the Clara to get back your Pokemon, sometimes even energies. Clara super great with Sableye, of course. Also the Roxanne in there for some mirror match situations. No Sky Seal Stone in there though. Okay, that is the 7th placement, is going to be Warapol Strabua with Arctina, to be honest. Arctina still performing alright, it seems. And Arctina is one of those decks that actually never goes away. It sees play in every single format, and it's not the strongest deck in the format, but it's still a mainstay. We have the Scovit, we have the 1/1 Flying Pikachu VMAX, helps out a ton against Lugia if they are not playing any answers for it, as well as Lost Box. Chien Scare, Raihan. Okay, just the classics for Judge, 3 Path to the Peak, and it's just 4 Ultra Ball for Nesball. So you have a 4-4 line of Arceus VSTAR. So in the past, people were playing like a 4-3 line because you do run 4 Ultra Balls, so, and a lot of supporters as well to draw cards, so maybe you can add 1 slot up to that. There is, of course, 4 DTE a 3-3 line of the Psychic and Grass energies, 2 Lightning energies, and 2 V-Guard energies. So something very similar that I've showcased on the channel before. Scovit helps out Miracles with B-Barrel and the Industrious Incisors, and 2 Choice Belt. I'm a bigger fan of playing 1 Choice Belt and 1 Cleansing Gloves, but this seems to be alright. I think this is a classic example of Judge Path is a strong thing, definitely in a best of 1 format. Okay, and then the last list we want to be talking about here is going to be a Gardevoir list. So you do have a little bit of an understanding. So not all the cards of Paldea Evolved were in there. So that is something I just want to stress out a little bit, because they only have cards legal all the way up to Triplet Beat. You do see here that in this Gardevoir list, they are still not playing Reversal Energy. They don't have the Luxray, and they also don't have Super Rod available quite yet. Take that into account, because Super Rod is going to be making Gardevoir a whole lot better, mark my words. This is just classic Gardy, very similar to Torch 60 of EOIC, and it is playing the worker to get around the fact that people are playing a high amount of Path. Think about the Arctinas, think about the Mew VMAX is playing a high count of Path. Penny is very cool, so you cannot get trapped, but also can get a liability like Luminion or Zacian removed from the field. And we did see that the Gardevoir lists have been established. These 60s are not changing all too much. We also don't see Iono quite yet, so be careful, because Iono is coming in the upcoming set. So this was the top 8 of the Thailand Championships. A lot of people wanted to know what was being played, and that was it. Also in that top 16, another Arctina, Mew VMAX, Lugia VSTAR with Duraludon, Gardevoir EX 3 times again, and then there was a Lost Box Giratina and a Lost Box Kyogre. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about all these decks from the Thailand Championships. I know Iono is still not part of that format yet, but we are checking out all the top 8 lists so you guys can prepare yourself and just know what is being played all around the world. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in ridiculous ways. You have no idea. Helps out so much. And go check out our sponsors as well. PokemonStore.com, the best place for TCG live code cards. You can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off. There is yourplaymat.com to create your own custom playmat from scratch. They ship it to your door, they ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off today by clicking that link down below. So create the most fantastic playmat you've ever seen. Then there's also Dragon Shield for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, links down below. And of course, CARDMARKET.com for European players, where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I usually use it every single day, so you guys should do it as well. So much fun to sell cards, you don't need to buy newer ones. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace!